So in this one, we're going to print this arrangement of asterisks. We have 3 rows, 1 within the first, 2 within the second, 3 within the third. So we're going to need a for int I equals 1 because we have row 1. So let me label these, right? This is row 1, and then this is going to be row 2, and then this here is going to be row 3. So it's going to be int I equals 1, and then I will be less than or equal to 3, and then I will go plus plus this way because there are 3 rows, and from 1 to 2 is 1 more, and from 2 to 3 is 1 more. And the last value is 3. So preliminary observations. Now, once you are within row 1 or row 2 or row 3, you need to iterate and print the asterisks. So let's just take this approach. Console.write at first. Let's see what happens if we just do that. Okay, so asterisk between double quotes and then terminate with a semicolon. Let's run this. So start with the debugging. Well, so we get 3 asterisks. That's not useful. Doesn't answer our question. Shut that down. So what do we do here? Well, so then you might say, okay, what if I do console.writeLine, call the writeLine method? You might think that makes a big difference. Well, let's see. Well, it makes a difference. It just prints a column of just 1 asterisk. So it's not solving the problem for us, right? In the sense that we're looking for this specific triangular arrangement of asterisks. So likely what that is telling you is perhaps you need 2 for loops. So try it. So for int j, declare the j variable there instead of I again so that the variables don't clash. Okay, because we already have I declared above. And then set it equal to 1, y1. Because we will use this j variable to iterate through the asterisks within each row. So 1, 1, and 1 in each row. Okay, that's the first 1, 1, 1. Now, then you have to control the middle condition. Well, look at the values of I above. Okay, so at first I would have the value 1. So I could say j is less than or equal to I. When I has the value 1, effectively the inner loop would print just 1 asterisk. Okay, and then it's going to print 1 asterisk, and then 2 asterisks, and then 3 asterisks. So you can put j++ for that reason. It's going to increase the number of asterisks in each time by 1. So let's do it this way. Let's see what we get here. So debug, start without debugging, control F5. Well, you see, it still doesn't really give you what you want. Okay, we have we have the correct number of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least we have the correct number of asterisks. They're not arranged correctly, but at least we have the correct number. So then you say, okay, I'm just going to switch this over to right. Let's see what happens that way. So start with that debugging here. Again, it's the correct number, but not arranged correctly. So no good, you see? Okay, so then you say, so maybe after the inner loop runs, if I just push down to the next line, we'll do that by typing console.writeLine here. Just call writeLine, that method, put your mouse over it. Remember, the tip says, writes the current line terminator to the standard output stream. So run that, start with that debugging. And again, you see, it pushes press any key to continue down to the next line, but that's all it does. So terminate, it's not helping us still, you see? So then, it's very likely it's telling you, introduce some curly braces somewhere. You have to control the operation of the code better. Now, as soon as you do that, look what happens in the for loop on the bottom. It says put your mouse over I. The name I does not exist in the current context. That means that the curly braces define a scope. Again, you have to know all these little things. So that means you got to take this code here, Control X set, and then Control V it into the block, into the curly braces, because now I is accessible as a variable. Okay, run it this time. Start with that debugging, Control F5. Give it a sec. Okay, still, you see, not producing what we want. So the last thing left to do is, okay, maybe instead of calling writeLine outside the curly braces, I'll call it within the curly braces. So console.writeLine, terminate with a semicolon, complete the statement. That is, issue a complete exit command to the computer. Okay, run it, start with the debugging. And now look, now we're getting what we want, right? Asterisk followed by 2 asterisks, followed by 3 asterisks. Terminate, terminate. I deliberately did the video this way to show you the thinking process, not just to show you the final answer. So this is working as expected now. Let me stress one more thing. I is going to iterate through the values 1, 2, up to 3, right? Because I is less than or equal to 3. So for when I is 1, the middle condition would be j is less than or equal to 1. When I is 2, the middle condition would be j is less than or equal to 2. When I is 3, the middle condition on the inner loop would be j is less than or equal to 3. And you need the inner loop because that's the one that prints the asterisks across a single row. The outer loop generates the rows. So the loops are there for different reasons. I'll see you in the next video. Please be sure to leave a like.